Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back for some more Chicken Little, minus the parts from the movie because YouTube doesn't like it. Um, so where we left off last time, we've only got maybe like 5 levels left, which are probably going to be very short because it's like the very end of the game. So we might be in for a particularly short stream today, but we can fiddle around with like the mini games and stuff like that, see what else we can do other than just replaying some of the game. But yeah, don't think there's too much more to talk about. We've discussed that the yesterday's stream is now visible again without me having to do any post editing. If today's stream is pretty short, I might just stitch them together anyway. Because I'll be honest, I don't know if we're even going to make it to an hour today. At least for main story stuff. It'd probably be over pretty quick. But we'll find out now, I guess. Let's switch over to a screen that isn't showing. Why is it not showing? That's not good. We're getting audio. I swear it was working before. And okay. I think we're good now. My audio is still in sync. Alright, cool. That was weird. But OBS be like that sometimes. But here we go. So we were just playing as Chicken Little on the alien spaceship. We were basically doing a repeat of the Spider Walker thingy, where we was playing as Gabby, I think, earlier in the game. There seems to be like another section for that, maybe? Oh no, we're back to like a free roamy sort of thing, judging by the controls. So it's probably just reusing like levels from before. Just we're playing as Chicken Little now. Get rid of you, nice and easy. And look, we've never had this arrangement of things before. Stun lock him with an acorn by shooting. Go. Oop, that was over much quicker than I was expecting. Jeez, okay, still too close to the big one. Try and get used to the controls, even though it's really not been that long since I last played. So, how have we all been in the roughly 24 hours-ish, maybe, since the last time I streamed, or started streaming?
Devastated? Perhaps,
too close to that one.
But not defeated.
Oops. Right, let's make sure we're out of the room for this one. There we go. Last thing we want to do is kill ourselves on the environment and not, like, an enemy. That's good to hear. Yeah, it's pretty good here, just, you know, usual old work. But now I'm here getting to play the fantastic Chicken Little for the PS2. Belatedly celebrating its 20th birthday. I guess depending on your region, because looking at the release dates, the UK didn't get it till like February of 2006, which is a strange sort of distribution. But you know, sometimes it's like that with international releases back in the day. I don't think. I mean, yes, I think it is the previous level, maybe. but I can't tell if it's supposed to like literally be repeating the same thing, or whether it's trying to like subtly pretend that it's not what we've done before. It's like, oh no, it's got a different coat of paint in some areas. Like, this room is green now. Ooh, it's very different. Is this? No, it's just green. Cool. Because it was the same thing with the level before, where it was pretty much just a copy of Gabby's level on the Spider Walker vehicle thingy with all the lasers and stuff. And like this whole thing where it's like, oh, kill the one guy in the room, alarm goes off, other doors open. This is all very familiar. But it could easily just be a case of like reused assets. Why isn't this guy dying? There we go. Cool. Let's get a button. Where's the enemy? There he is. Are we gonna get two or just the one? I'll try and kill you when you're in there. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time that a game is like, I guess for the sake of time and content, just like repeated a level and pretended it was different. Like if you've ever played Dragon Age 2, it's a big RPG set like within like the one city. So like you're revisiting a lot of areas under different circumstances. And I think sometimes it even pretends that it's somewhere else, even though it's at a location you've technically been to like 4 times already. Which was a big complaint at the time. Yes, hexagons are obviously the marker of technological advancement, clearly. We've moved beyond triangles and squares. We're onto hexagons. But I haven't gotten quite so far in technology as for everything to also then be covered in like neon lights, like Tron or something. Though that might still be more reserved to like digital space over like physical spaceships. But you know, everybody likes a good neon level. Oof, yeah, if you were taking that much time off for Dragon Age 2, yeah, I could see how people would be disappointed. Now, for better or worse, Dragon Age 2 was my first Dragon Age game, so I don't quite have the same disappointment level in it. In fact, I think 2 is probably one of my favorites, maybe? It depends on what I'm after, because like all the installments are like very different to each other. Like, don't get me wrong, Dragon Age Origins is fantastic and I enjoyed the hell out of that. And Inquisition I enjoyed, but I don't think stands up very well anymore. Or even really at the time. It was a bit too much like an MMO, which I'm not an MMO person, so that's a negative comment to it. But I enjoyed the story and everything, so that's kind of what I'm there for anyway, so that's pretty good. Almost missed it all. Where am I going? This way. So I think, what did I do? I played Dragon Age 2, because that was the one that came out when I was made aware of the game even existing. And I was like, oh yeah, we'll get that for Christmas, because, you know, I'm still pretty much a child. And, you know, I did get it and I played it and everything, having like no context to anything that happened in the first game. So I played that, Then I think when Inquisition came out, I was like, yeah, gonna get that one too. Because, you know, I loved the second one. And then I think I got most of the way through like the first area, the Hinterlands I think it's called. And then decided, you know what? I should probably go back and play the first one. And so I did exactly that. I went back and to Origins, played all through that. And then I did Dragon Age 2 again. And then I did Inquisition. And I think that was much better. It was a good choice because if I didn't do that, I probably would never have played Origins. And I may have... Oh no, he's coming back. Good. So he's going to stay behind the wall that I can't kill him. Alright. That said, have not played the Veilguard, and to be honest, I'm not that interested in it. It didn't seem particularly intriguing to me. So I've pretty much got no intentions of playing it. Maybe in a couple of years when it's like mega cheap, I might give it a go, which is pretty much what I did with Mass Effect Andromeda as well. Oop. I'd love to go back to Origins and play through it again, but I'm pretty sure I'm just genuinely burnt out on that game. Because the first time I played through it, I went through like, I'm gonna see and do everything. And so I did exactly that. You know, minus all the different like starting stories and stuff for like your different races and whatnot. But because I did everything in that first run, I can't summon the energy and stuff to go back and like, cool, let's do all that again. Because I think it was probably close to 100 hours or so that I played of it. It's just like, well, it's a great game, I loved it, but I think I'm just done. I've got everything I needed out of it. But yeah. So by the time I got to it, like all the DLCs and stuff were out. Actually, no, that's a good point. I haven't played Awakening, or that expansion for it. So yeah, well there you go. No, I didn't. I think I went to, but I think I was already moving on to Dragon Age 2 by that point. So I kind of just never went back to that. So if I do go back, that's probably what I'll do. Although if I'm not mistaken, that Awakening stuff takes place like during the main story or something, I think. Maybe? I could be wrong on that, I don't quite remember. Yeah, I heard it was pretty big. So yeah, maybe I'll play that at some point. But yeah, I think for me, Dragon Age 2, despite its short, well, even if we just sort of ignore the repeated locations and all that sort of stuff, I think it felt the best to play. To me at least, because Dragon Age Origins is, well, let's face it, it has aged in the way it controls and plays and everything like that. It doesn't mean you can't have fun, of course, but like, it's clunky as hell. Dragon Age 2, I think, strikes a good balance between, oh, there's a third one somewhere. Strikes a good balance between like making the combat more interesting whilst still keeping the sort of turn-based tactic, well, not turn-based, but you know, the tactical side of the chaining your spells and everything. Whereas something felt missing for me, or didn't feel right with Inquisition in that regard. So yes, Inquisition is the third one. Origins is the first, 2 is the second, Inquisition is the third game, and the Veilguard is the fourth game. I've missed. Oops. That's what I get for rambling about Dragon Age instead of Chicken Little. Turn my platforming brain back on. Alright. Where are we going next? Down, okay. Like Monsters vs. Aliens, the game, or something from the movie? Because I know I've seen the movie, the Monsters vs. Aliens, but I don't remember much of it. I for my brain, go! Oh yes, this looks familiar. The movie, okay. So I vaguely remember bits and pieces of the movie, but probably not enough to recognize what a level might look like. It's gonna look sketchy. Okay. Okay, game. Sure. That makes sense. I'm sure we'll see a level that looks similar to this when we get around to playing the game, because I do have that game ready to keep jumping too early. We will be playing Monsters vs. Aliens eventually. So I think our backlog of things that came out before 2005 might be too big to get to it before its whenever its birthday is. Let's wait for it to go. Good. Okay, this is annoying. It's always very fiddly lining up those jumps, because I think rather than just being a free flowy type thing, it is like you have to be in a very specific spot for it. I don't know if it's supposed to be good. Oh come on. Yeah, Okay, maybe it's the double jump that's ruining it. Speaking of ruining it, being bad at platform again. Not good. Okay, so I need a double jump for that one. Ugh. Well, this does solve the problem of the short stream. At this rate, it's going to be a long one after all. But for the worst reasons. Oh, come on. Okay, this double jump doesn't ruin it. Oh god. I forgot about that. I was too busy silently celebrating the fact that they made the jump, finally. Okay. Oh, come on. No. It's ridiculous. Why aren't you working? It's very rigged. This is a bad idea. Why though? I'm facing the right direction. I should well and truly be close enough to getting it. Okay, gonna wait this time. I think it's maybe less to do with the controls and more the I don't know what to call it, because it's not quite the colliders, but like the spacing, like the conditions you need to meet to like actually lock onto the things, I think is the janky part more so than the controls, but I suppose that does kind of mean the same thing. Oh, what is this nonsense? Of course there's no checkpoint on it too, so... That's gonna be fun. Momentum did not carry over, so that's even more fun. Oh, that is the worst. Okay. Having to fight the camera on occasion doesn't help either, but we've made it, so that's good. Unless something's about to kill me up here. Nope, got a checkpoint. Hell yeah. Oh, this is going to be nightmare. Okay, that's fine. Thank gosh they put a checkpoint here though. Also, who's ever heard of depth perception? Who needs it? Ow. Ow. Devastated? Oh come on, I was right there. Okay, cool. Made it that time. Oh, why are we queuing these up together? Like, for example, in any other sort of like well-made platformer, this would work. But because I haven't pressed X, it doesn't work. X being to jump. Oop. That's bad timing on my part. But of course, apparently, sometimes just hitting X mid-air stops your momentum. Like, look at that. Jump. Just kills it. Whoop, like that. Didn't even mean to do it that time. Nope. Okay. At least that's what it feels like what's happening. Maybe it is just that spacing / timing stuff going on again. Oh no, okay, I didn't press X that time and I still got it, so I think it is just the spacing. It's still annoying, of course, because it seems real inconsistent. Are you gonna do the nappy thing? Is that a thing? Or are you just like setting it up for later? Let's just be setting it up for later. Cool. Oh, this is gonna be great. Okay, got the checkpoint. I'm happy. Alright. No, that's bad for our timing. Is that? Did completely the wrong timing there. My bad. This is really bad timing again. Yeah. Now we're cooking with chicken. Alright, supposed to jump over here. Like, how are we supposed to get around that? Maybe the giant gap in the laser fence? That might be a good indicator of where to go. Oh, come on. I mean, I realize that was all me, but like, come on. A child is supposed to be able to do this. Well, whilst I haven't played it, the developers of this did end up going on to make Disney Infinity, which I believe has plenty of platforming stuff. So I would hope they've gotten better in the 20 years since. Actually, the most recent game was / is Hogwarts Legacy, which is a bit of a weird jump, but they've had a history of stuff. I think they were founded in 94, I think I read. Yeah, at some point, presumably around this time, Disney bought them. Bought Avalanche Software, who are the developers. Oh, we're gonna do the batteries thing again. Oh, lovely. So they basically then pumped out a bunch of Disney stuff. I think this was the first of their Disney games. This Chicken Little one. The next one, I think, was Chicken Little Ace in Action, which is like came out the year after, which I think is like a solo story of words. A solo story set in the Chicken Little. Oh yes, they did attack games too. I knew there was something else that wasn't like Disney that was like notable. They also, I think from Cars 2 onwards, they did that. They did those games. And I hear those are pretty solid races. Not the best, but you know, pretty solid. Okay. Yes, that'll be Chicken Little Ace in Action, which I do have ready to go. In fact, I think it was not last week, but maybe the week before that I just stumbled onto a copy in one of my local stores. Like, oh hell yeah! And it had all the. Why is this not working? It's not even the same side that I was going for. But you know, it had all the manual. The disc seemed to be solid enough condition, and it was cheap. So like, well, don't mind if I do. I haven't quite made up my mind about if I'm going to cover like the Hannah Montana type stuff, or like basically the what am I supposed to go from there? No. Or things like High School Musical. There's like a couple of those, like on the Wii and stuff, and on the PS2. I haven't quite decided if and when and how I'm gonna do those, because I think I want to. Just because they do classify as a movie or TV show. But I might be saving that for when I run out of other stuff to do. Maybe. At the very least, I should probably invest in like some singing lessons before I subject any of you to whatever the heck my voice can produce. Why is there nowhere to go that I can actually... Oh, that's why. Alright, good to know. Yeah, saved them the best till last. I wonder if I can get away with Buzz the Hollywood Quiz being on my list, because whilst not movie tie-ins, it is about movies. And that could be fun. But you know, the single player options for the Buzz games are also reasonably lacking. Just because, you know, they're designed to be party games, not, you know, played alone by yourself. So maybe I'll need to get some guest players along to join me. Right button again. Because unfortunately we won't be able to do a something along the lines of the Wallace and Gromit DVD game we did, because a lot of it is like timing based, and then I'm gonna wait for everybody to you know, submit their answers. All that is just it wouldn't work without some sort of weird integration thing going on. And also, can I shoot from here? No. Okay. Okay, I might be able to fandangle this. The camera would let me. Stop. Hell yeah. Nailed it. Now this is pod racing. Oh, these lasers. Okay. Are you gonna laser on me too? aim it, I guess. Whoop. Come on. There we go. This is bad timing. Very bad timing. But I have the health to tank it, and that's the important part. You ready? Kapow. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be the worst. Oh, we've run out of freaking thing too. Uh-oh. No, okay.
Devastated? Perhaps, but not defeated.
Do I have to go get the battery again? Or am I good? Hopefully I don't have to go get the battery again, because that's gonna be frustrating. Oh, I think I'm back at the first half. It's not good. Well, okay, now I'm back here. Which, no, this side was the way I needed to go. But yes, I do need to go get the battery again. Oh my gosh, okay. Here I was thinking, oh yeah, it's the last few levels that probably just smashed them out at a development level. To just, quickly smash out some more content to meet whatever, I guess, conditions they had to meet, or what have you. But I guess it's not the case here. Got a bit of time. But now we got none. Yeah, I guess that's the other thing they can do that often seems to happen to pad for time. Either deliberately or unintentionally, just because they never get to balance it properly. Just in these sorts of games, they'll just, there'll be a massive difficulty spike right at the end. Here we go. We did it! Huzzah! This is true, yeah. Oh, we're not done yet. Oh, this is another cannon sequence, I see. How do we... Right. Lightning bolt. I wish you guys would clump a lot closer together. It would make my life so much easier. I was wondering where they were all were. It's like the minimap was lit up with them, but I wasn't seeing enough. There we go. Superb. Oh, that's right, we've got to jump over lasers as well. worst time to go, but I made it, so it's fine. There's more. As you're introducing new amounts of gravity. Now, okay. It's a strange choice. Very strange choice. Missed. Well, I suppose this level was called Gravity something or other. Gravity was in the name. So, you know. Dead Space. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as, you know, spooky as Dead Space, so that's good. Although I never have, like, played any of them myself. Remake all the originals. They have been on my list, and I do own the remake at least. I think the originals as well on PC. So I do need to play them eventually. And I have seen the animated movie as well. From what I remember of that, it was pretty good. Suitably spooky. But yeah, like, since starting the channel I have been somewhat torn. It's like, man, I want to, you know, try out some of these modern games and stuff as well. But I've got too many movie games to cover. So, you know, torn. It's like, yeah, I want to play this, but I also need to cover old games as well. Well, I suppose it's technically not in a super duper hurry for them, but still. I've only got so much time in the day. Where am I going? Back into the hole. Okay, so looks like the outer edges at least can be climbed, like one platform at a time. And I can only assume that there'll be more than 15 coins, you know, scattered around this room. See if the camera would let me see anything. Oh, come on. No.
No, 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 no!
If we just keep climbing around the edges of the room, I think we can get somewhere handy. Oh, what do you mean that didn't count? Rubbish. Although my assumption is that we need 15 coins, maybe we need more than that. Let's go find out. Because this is at the end of a long level as well. Okay, yeah. 15 coins required. Oh, you're kidding. Nope. I don't know if I should be allowed to be doing that. There we go. Yeah, I don't think this is supposed to happen. Also, that's a gigantic car, what the hell? Whoop, no, missed it. Boy. Okay. Good. I only gotta get 2 more coins and then we can continue. I'm kind of surprised there isn't a card up there. But fair enough, I suppose. Congratulations, you found enough to open the force field. But why was there a requirement in the first place? Who knows? Don't think about it. Ah yes, and this is how we get the 3rd spaceship level. Gravity Grab, that's what it was called. I remember now. I'm glad that one's over. Because it's dragging on a bit. It's like, how many more levels do you want me to do within the single level? Gosh darn. One movie tie-in that I'm particularly keen to get to eventually is A Bug's Life on the PS1. Because I remember enjoying the heck out of that. You know, borrowing it from Blockbuster and the like. Oh no. It's like the worst of the spaceship levels. Just can't see anything in front of me. It's going swimmingly already. My health away. Yeah, they really have gotten their use out of the space asset. It's a bit of a shame they used two of the three space levels on this style, and not the sort of 2D shoot 'em up map, if you will, that we had on the previous space level. I think that was a lot more manageable for my mind. I mean, not that it differs too much, because I'm still just, you know, spam and stuff blows up in front of you, but, you know, at least see what's happening. We've reached the core of the second Death Star. And we have to escape it. Health we don't especially need at the present. That's right, there's a whole boost button that I completely forgot about. Oh no, a big spaceship, and I still don't understand if we are are we on this spaceship and we're just driving it, or I assume by this point that is the case, but I really don't know. Yep, well that worked out, although I feel like this isn't a checkpoint. I'm not familiar with Technodrome. Okay, giant blue bubble things. Avoided. Okay. We're gonna have these long ass introductions for each one too. Lovely. We might be here a bit. Just thinking turtles, right? Okay. Right, this is the part where I have to admit I'm not that familiar with Ninja Turtles either. Okay, that went much better, but we have still taken quite a chunk of damage. I don't even remember what series of Ninja Turtles I've seen. I think I've seen like maybe bits and pieces of like one of the original cartoons. I don't think I've seen any of the movies, live action or otherwise. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, I just never really got that into Ninja Turtles or Transformers or any of the usual stuff, I think, for the most part. I don't know how or what, but yeah. Like, for the most part, like, I'm aware of them at least. There's that. Here we go again. Alright. Because I know at one point I had a, like a water bottle holder thingy. It was kind of like a satchel bag, but like specifically just for a water bottle. That was, I believe it was But Ugly Martians themed. So we had that for a long time. Although I don't think that was specifically mine. My sisters probably had it before I did. But I remember it fondly. I'm aware of biker mice from Mars. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where you're trying to think about all the things that were around at the time that everybody was into, and it's like, man, I wasn't into any of that for some reason. What was I into though? That's the bigger question of like, okay, sure, I wasn't into those, but surely there was something, right? Because I know late primary school was when I got into Naruto, which is an anime. But I don't know if that really counts as such. There we go. Whew. I know what it was. I was just all about Star Wars all the time, forever. I think that's what it was. Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh, and to some extent at least Pokemon, the show. I think was sort of where I was at. I'm really getting wrecked here. Here we go again. Unfortunately, Naruto is a Shonen Jump show, so that trying to go back to it, the pacing is just horrific. Because it's just so slow to get anywhere. And it's all, you know, flashbacks this, flashbacks that. But, you know, when you're not dealing with all the flashbacks and sort of memory stuff, it's pretty good. At least the early stuff. That's fair with Yu-Gi-Oh! That's more or less how I felt about Pokemon, where I never sort of went out of my way to like get the DVDs or anything like that. But you know, it was the kids programming thingy, like in the mornings that you know would have Pokemon, and that's also where I found Naruto as well. So you know they would have probably a couple, like a month or two, probably a little more. Where it's like, okay, cool, this time slot in the morning, that's Naruto. So it would always get to like a certain point in the show and then just stop, and then switch to something else. So yeah, so that's how I watched Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh GX, Pokemon around the time of Diamond and Pearl. At least when the games came out. And Naruto. I think I already said that. I can't see anything that's happening.
Mission incomplete.
So close. There was like no health left on it. Ugh. But we know the rockets do like a lot of damage. And I accidentally wasted one at the start of this life, so that's fun. But otherwise, I think we got the patterns down for most of the sections. I say as I immediately get hit by one. I should probably. I wonder if the tilting is maybe what I'm doing wrong with the rockets. It must be, because I don't know how else you're supposed to dodge them sometimes. All good. See you when you get back. Got him. You know, if it wasn't making me wait until we line up to shoot, this could be over a lot faster. Okay, no, okay, so health doesn't matter too much because it looks like that last one does fill your health. That's very good, because I'm gonna need it. Gonna need it a lot. Got it. Turns out if you just save all your missiles, spam it all at one go, it does the job. Cool. So I think that leaves roughly 3 levels left of the game. And we are, well, look at that. We're almost an hour into the stream. So that's good. But now cutscenes are happening. I have to be ready to switch to something else. It's very convenient that the aliens stole a vending machine. And also we didn't need to pay for that one apparently. Rude. What are the next levels? I think there's a boss fight coming up. Final boss, here we go. And there's 2 levels after this. Navigate through the alien tunnel and defeat the security drone. Okay, so we just... Nope. This is not what I thought we were going to be doing. Whoop.
Sweet. Ow.
Checkpoint, let's go. Good thing we got one, because I needed it. How did I hit that one? Dodge the card. Whoops.
Hey, Daddy-O. With you. I'm here to save you.
And he died. It would be very interesting if you weren't playing as Chicken Little for this one. It's like the title character just doesn't get the kill on the final boss. That would be funny. I would allow that. Ow. That was my bad. Immediately died. Good start, good start. could aim for the actual red dots, that'd be great.
Devastated? Perhaps, but not defeated.
Fell off. What is pink? This cage he has to destroy, okay. Does this do the thing at all? Ow. Ow.
No, 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 no!
I guess there's obviously something I'm supposed to do to get that elevator to work. What? Eep. Okay, I just haven't been hitting it. There we go. Am I supposed to do something here? I guess so. Oh. Well, whatever it is, I don't think I did it in time. You're gonna do that. And what do I do with you? Do I break it? Yes, okay. Huh. Grab the thing. And what doesn't that count? Ow! Oh, come on. Yes, so I think the very attempt after you left to go restart your PC, I managed to basically spam all my missiles into that last section of the spaceship. And that pretty much brought it down to 0 health, and then I just tanked all the, oh, ow. All the damage in the meantime to just sort of finish it off with the main attack. But now, here we are. Boss time. What so far has been a kind of annoying boss, actually. Now you stick out your little probe thing. And this is progress. Now it's up there, I guess? Now this activates, right? Yeah. Don't know that I like the this part of it. These things are very temperamental. But so far, so good. Didn't think we were going to be climbing this high. But oh well. Well. Here we are. Oh, you. Why do they spin? Don't fall off. Really? You're gonna wait this long to shoot again? Oh, what is that? Didn't even break the cage with the card in it. Now you're gonna do it. Great. Sure. Guess we'll go on your schedule instead of mine. Here we go. That's more like it.
Cool!
Ow! I didn't get it though. I'm running out of level to stand on. Oh, come on. Surely that was close enough. There we go. Okay, cool, because everything's breaking. Alright, let's grab some acorns, get some health back up. And we can go to the next section. I'm not going to play around with the jumping parts because I don't want to die. No. Ooh, elevator to a jumpy pad. Very fancy. Oh, not these things again. Okay, so far so good. There was not a gap there to jump over. Whee! Up we go. Oh my gosh, okay. That's gonna be a pain to look out for. Oop. It takes so long to get out of that aim mode. And like you can't even like... It automatically kicks you out of it after a time. And there's no way to like quickly get out of it. No. This is not very well for me. At all. Okay, that was my bad. Way too late on that. Whoa. Okay. Again, way too late. Good work on my timing. Let's just grab some health, I think.
No.
Oh, that surely should have counted. And then because it reacts so fast, like if you mess up that shot, you're done. Like it will hit you. Won't necessarily kill you, but it will hit you. So buddy, I'm over here. I think this might be a bug. I think it's... Okay, no, there we go. Get it out of the mode. I think he thought that I was over there. Way too late on that one. That's too late because now he's gonna shoot me. Now after he does that, this is going great. Slowly getting better at my timing though. Slowly. Yeah, let's wait for the next one. Could have sworn I jumped in time for that, but sure. I think the worst part about that is that, at least for the most of those shots that he does, like the frame rate tanks, which is kind of integral for response times. I was off by like 2 pixels, come on.
No.
Surely you can be a little more generous than that. You can tell I didn't grow up on like console shooters, because otherwise it'd be much better at aiming with them. But by the time I got into like first person shooters and that sort of stuff, I was on a PC instead of a PS2, so maybe it wouldn't have been that. Hello? Game. Get out of the first person shooting mode. You can't cancel it. Once you're in it until it decides you're out of it. But it's buggy enough that sometimes it decides, oh, You're still in it. Got him. Ow, not bad. Take too long. Oh, bugger off. That should have landed. Ow. Okay, that one I definitely missed. Not fast on that one.
Devastated? Perhaps, but not
Damn,
defeated.
now I'm on the wrong side. Missed it by a lot. I'm great at this if you haven't noticed. Never should have tried for that one. Because that happens. Now gets to do it again. What are you doing going over there? How am I supposed to shoot you when you do that? This is from the side, it doesn't work. Alright. If we just stay stocked up on acorns, could probably survive just a little bit longer than we need. Why? Get out of the mode! You're still in it, okay. Whew. Yeah, the bugs with the first-person shooting stuff, very readily apparent when you need to time it properly. Because for some reason to stay in it, you have to like hold the button that you also use to shoot with. Which is a very silly combo. Very silly combo indeed. My bad. Hey, got him. So I think the trick for that beam thing is whichever way he flicks, you need to like move into it, I think. But also this is the first time we've got both. Okay, good. Oh, that's it. Okay. Whew. Relief. And of course the one card that we missed was the very beginning when we were on the on rails flying section. Lovely. Are we ready to cut away?
Are you okay?
Yeah, sure, son. Everything seems to be in one piece.
And then they died. That's the game, everybody. Nah. Although I did just switch to movie, so I genuinely do have to move to a different screen. That's fun. They're currently in a black void, floating around in like zero gravity. And big angry three eyes has just showed up. As much as I'd like to do the quick flicking back and forth to the movie bits, when I was going through and handling the copyright stuff of the first part, one of the times it did pick up like a solid 4 seconds of copyrighted material. It's like, oh, you're kidding. 4 seconds? Really? I mean, it may have only been a problem because there was so much more of it earlier in the stream. I don't know if it's that smart though. But, you know, here's some bad stuff. That's probably gonna get flagged, maybe. We'll see. But stuff is happening. I'm not just rambling. If I was better at describing what was happening, it might be a little more interesting. But in terms of the end, I think the manual says there's 2 more levels. The orange, presumably baby set of eyes for the alien has showed up, and now there's a yellow thing, and the 3 sets of eyes seem to be arguing. Here we go. So we just finished final boss. But we've still got Runt's Escape and Space Armada to do. Okay, there's another space level, but again, it's behind the ship, not you know, above it. It's a bit rubbish. Oh no, okay, I've just realized it's the fire truck. I don't like the fire truck level. That was rubbish. But we're back to loading screen now, so that's fun. I also was not able to figure out being able to listen to the cutscenes without, you know, cutting away. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but I'm assuming the aliens are all arguing together and decided to leave them to be, maybe?
After the storm. The earth has been crushed like a stale potato chip.
We don't know that. Maybe they realize that this whole thing was just a big misunderstanding.
All that's left. We've got to get out of here.
Yep, there's the fire truck.
Quickly! We must gather the survivors!
Runt, we should stay here. There's no need to jump to conclusions.
See, I told you! They're coming to finish us off! We've got to move!
I'm assuming the pig guy's name is Runt. He doesn't seem to be a very useful anybody, from what little I've seen of him in the game so far. Maybe he has more to do with the movie, or maybe he's just pure comic relief, like the game might suggest that he is. Ah yes, this would be the equivalent of that. Escape the exploding spaceship. Also, just before we went through what at least looked like a speed boosty tunnel thing, which I guess we have to go through again now. But that very much took me right back to Crash Team Racing. Yeah, this tunnel. Because at least one of the tracks in that has like a speedy tunnel like that. Oops. Almost fell off, it's fine. Be careful to dodge these because you get hit by one and it's just game over apparently. Or effectively game over. What is this? Doesn't seem so bad now. Okay, you can break those, that's good. So I did not see a way through otherwise. Oop. Okay, no, it just slows you down, that's fine. I can live with that. Why are you giving me so many of these? Slalom. This is going great, but does appears that okay. We're back at the beginning for that? Oh my gosh, okay. That was rubbish because I still hit the speed pad and everything. So I guess it must have just purely been the angle that I came at it that made me not have the speed or the height to make the jump. Or maybe I was just simply too slow when I hit the ramp. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna make that mistake. Okay. Alright, game. If that's how you want to play it. Need to make sure to get a proper run up. Here we go. Okay. Thought it was gonna mess up on me again. I would have been... my jimmies would have been rustled. We'll say. That's my bad. Should have seen that corner coming. Almost didn't have the speed for it apparently. Oop, hello? Okay. I guess this is happening. Wow. We were doing so well. Getting sloppy. And I have no idea how to judge how close that was to the end even. But ideally this time we won't need to like reverse and that won't need to reverse to, you know, line up that jump again. That'd be ideal. But so much of this so far has been unideal, so you know. Also, the flowing rivers of acorns, all I can think is the flowing river of, I guess, walnuts from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Walnuts? Hazelnuts? Something. Whatever nuts the squirrels were breaking. Also, we are really pressed. Why did that not count? We are in spot above our time, right? Yeah. Let's pull it back. Okay, now we get ourselves a little bit more time now. We're good. But, I mean, it's just a flowing river of nuts, really. So they are pretty much the same thing. Don't fall off the road. I feel like missing those 2 speed boosts is probably gonna kill me here. Or not, we're good. Just make it to the next section. I guess it's probably the point, but it's very difficult to see what's coming ahead of that stuff. Or even this stuff, because the road blends in with the horizon. Slow down. Here we go. What am I doing? God, what do I even do? This is a jump. You're kidding. No! Okay. 43. Whew! That was insanely close at the end, and I didn't realize how close it was.
I'm proud of you, son.
As you should be.
Thanks, Dad.
I don't know if you noticed last time, but I did win a baseball match in 1 throw, so, you know. That's clearly more impressive than, I guess, saving the world from an alien invasion. And yet there's somehow one more level after this. Apparently. I mean, I suppose I won't complain too much. But I can tell you now, I'm very glad I stopped last stream when I did, because I would not have made it this far. I was getting tired and hungry. It's losing what massive amounts of patience I do have, and that's maybe that's the wrong one. There we go. That hopefully was not too much movie. For YouTube's copyright robots to harass and harangue. But basically they're saying their farewells to their newfound alien friends. I guess because there was a misunderstanding at some point. Because apparently at some point Mr. Chicken Little and friends, I guess, kidnapped the young alien. And that's why the aliens showed up. At least that's my understanding of the story. What I don't know / remember is how they ended up with the alien. 1 year later, Chicken Little, the true story. Whoa. Cool, they're making an in-universe movie. Ah, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Alien army has broken through the planet's atmosphere.
That's the trailer for the in-universe movie about their deeds, I guess, where they're all like super action heroes and I guess sexy air quotes, just to prove it. And that will be where the Ace in Action game comes in. To give a better description of what I'm talking about, it's these characters. This is them. You got Chicken Little, Gabby, and I guess Runt, and I think his name is Fish Out of Water, or just Fish. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Okay, so I guess in universe we're just gonna play a space level of the movie. So this is Space Armada, survive the alien attack. I can't kill that. Awesome. Oops. My bad.
The spaceship is huge!
You might even say it's the size of a small moon. I haven't missed, like can't hide those small little Star Wars references from me. No, I mean there might just be sci-fi stuff in general, really, more so than Star Wars in some cases, but you know what I mean. That can help. Apparently we're gonna need it, and it's just lumping up in this, so it's fun. This is pod racing. Oops. Kinda ran straight into that one. Mashing furiously right now. It's all good, no worries. Thank you for dropping by. I don't think you're gonna have missed anything. But this VOD should definitely be up later if you do decide you wanna check out the very end of the game. But until then, I hope you have a good evening or morning or whatever time it is. Yeah, I hope to see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Oops. Kill them all. Oops. Alright, I'll take a cruisy while I scratch my nose. Don't know why I thought that asteroid was a pickup, because I flew straight into it. Oops.
Rapid fire engaged. Mothership off the port bow.
Rockets do I have 21 rockets. I think I'm doing pretty good. Cut. It's cut, so there can't be that much more left of this level. Oh no! Thank you, people. Right back at the beginning. Okay. I see how they're padding out the rest of the game now.
Man your battle stations.
I'm making this level long and annoying. And unfortunately for me, I have to get through the end of it. Really? Okay. YouTube's just caught up with... Did it kill my stream? No, okay. Oh, actually, it's a quality issue, okay. That's interesting. Uncommon. But hopefully it'll smooth out soon. Worst case, if you're hearing this part of it at least, I will probably stitch the last stream and this stream together to make a long video where it's all sort of contained in one thing, because today is a shorter stream than normal. I suppose the rate we're going is probably just 2 normal size streams. Oh sorry, 1 long one and a normal size one. But I guess we shall see. The annoying part about these particular space levels is that you kill the ships like on the sort of outer edges, but you then can't get close enough to pick up sea drop to actually collect them. That's a bit of a very annoying thing. Particularly when you're trying to get some health. Don't crash into the sides. Helps if I go the correct button.
Homing missiles engaged. Mothership off the port bow. Homing missiles engaged. Direct hit.
That first one didn't get it either. It's so rude. Hey, I got 69 rockets. Hey, that's the funny number. This one is another shot. Oh, you're kidding! I was right there! Oh. Okay. This time we got the...
I'm on 'em.
Grab this. Okay. might go a bit quiet in this section just because I'm locking in, and I really shouldn't have to, but yeah, here we are. Locking in anyway. So I'm probably make this go a lot faster from just boosting more or less whenever I can. So technically don't have to kill anything, now that I think about it. You know, except for, you know, things like that. That said, I do need to be collecting rockets for that last section. Right through that one. Also stop flying directly into the enemy attacks. That would also be great for rain. Very helpful. Keep getting tilted thing. Okay, no, that one was my bad. Okay, I'm thinking, yeah, I can just, you know, don't worry about killing things, just go, but I need the rockets more than anything else. Unfortunately, I get those, but killing the UFOs. Particularly needed. Well, now I do, but I didn't before. Now we just need to not waste that health. So much for not wasting the health. Although that was not my fault, that was the game's colliders being deceptive as hell. Okay, we did it. Whew. Nailed it. First try. Technically, we didn't get a game over. we gotta try again. So, therefore, first try. Yes, what a fantastic movie. We did it. And conveniently no voice lines for that. I wonder why. Huzzah, we've hit the credits. Brilliant. So, this was one of the video games. Didn't hate it despite some frustrations with certain areas. Also definitely not very high up on the list. Well, I mean, I think it's probably what a lot of the movie tie-in games sort of hit, and it's at around like 6 out of 10. It's maybe a 7 if it's a particularly good one. But then you get the exceptions like Revenge of the Sith and, at least for me, Van Helsing. To an extent, Constantine as well. Although that one was far more rough around the edges, I think. But I also enjoy me some Max Payne, and that was pretty much Max Payne minus the bullet time. And a lot clunkier. So, you know, that's fun. Yeah, I don't think I really have all that much to talk about for this one, just because I don't know the film. Therefore, I can't, you know, discuss right here, right now, you know, my thoughts on the game versus the movie. But that is part of my goal here with the channel, is that I want to be playing the games first and then watch the movie to see how they sort of differ from the other way around. Because I imagine most people will have watched the movie in some fashion, whether it's, you know, at home or, you know, at the cinemas when it came out. But for whatever reason, you've watched the movie first and then you've played the game, if you ever even played the game at all. So I want to sort of get the reverse of that and look at the game first and like, cool, what story does the game tell? And like, how close does it get to the story and the themes and all that sort of stuff about the movie? Because I want to look at, can the game exist without the movie and still, I guess, artistically get whatever the movie was going for? Because usually, particularly with, you know, kids and family movies and stuff, they've got some sort of core lesson or, you know, moral value or what have you at the, you know, the center of the story. Does the game convey that theme, or does it just do whatever the hell it wants somewhere else? But yeah, so I expect in some cases they would have a bit more time to do stuff like that, because there are movie tie-ins that were made like well after the movie. So this, you know, this is things like The Godfather, and Reservoir Dogs has a game, surprisingly. I think there's like a bunch of others, I think, you know, exist, you know, at least a full decade after the movie came out. So they would have had more time, ideally, to have, you know, time and materials, really, to get closer to the movie. Whereas something that's come out alongside the movie will have a lot less to work with, because they'll have less movie scripts to work from, they'll have less everything to work from, so they've got a much looser grasp on what the film actually ends up being. You know, there are cases like Robots. We played that earlier in the year for its 20th anniversary. There are cutscenes, like, or snippets from the film that were not in the final cut of the film, because the game was being made alongside it. So the game, because I think for the most part that had to be ready a lot sooner than the movie edit had to be. Or, you know, scripts change, that sort of stuff. Whereas the game kind of has to be a bit more committed, just by the nature of how games are made. Had to be a lot more committed to what was happening. So you end up in cases where, you know, the game follows a particular path that doesn't get followed anywhere else. Like, what is it? There's a tie-in game for James Bond Quantum of Solace, I think. I mean, yes there is, but I think it was that one that was basically just a video game tie-in for the movie before that, Casino Royale, more so than it was for the other movie I just said, Quantum of Solace, there we go. But, you know, Quantum of Solace, the movie itself, was a bit of a shit show, because I was in the middle of like a writer's strike and all this other sort of industry stuff happening. But also, if I remember correctly from what I've read and or heard from places, the movie studios were not very forthcoming with information to the developers so they could actually make the game about their movie. Because, you know, it was being made being made at the same time alongside it. So they had a lot looser scripts and stuff to work from. But anyway, that's enough rambling about what I want to be doing. And you know, we're back at the menu for Disney's Chicken Little. So let's have a quick squeeze at some of the extras. And see how we go. Minigame still. What was in that? I think it was just. Oh, okay. I think this is just like modifiers or something for. No, this is unlocking the minigames, I think. Okay. Well, I guess we're only looking at Drone Dash and Walker War. Oh, and I can save purchases. Why did I do this? This is stupid. Actually, I can back out. I'm gonna continue without saving? Yes. Because if I don't save, I can then reload and then try the other ones. Let's go Walker War. Okay, no, it's just pure multiplayer. Okay. Well, that's not very fun, actually. I mean, I'm not surprised, don't get me wrong, but, you know, that's a bit disappointing. I guess we're not going to do that. Cool. So, that was Disney's Chicken Little. Yeah, I mean, I guess to reiterate, in case you skipped through the video, my thoughts on it. It's right. I've had a worse time with other movie tie-ins, and I've had better times with other movie tie-ins, so this is pretty middle of the road, I think, for Chicken Little. For the most part, it seems decently put together. I think I've played buggier ones, or at least in the sense that the bugs have been more interruptive to the game's flow / functionality. For example, I think Charlie and the Chocolate Factory had some bugs and stuff that were like made it harder to play the game compared to this. Although there were some noticeable bugs. Some that may not have been bugs, but sometimes it's hard to tell. But otherwise it's just, you know, clunky. So, let's give the disc a good old return to its home. And we'll see if we can get the microphone close enough to get that click. Yeah, keep it on camera at least. Alright, I have no idea if that came through. Hopefully it did. If not, if you're familiar, you probably can make the noise in your head. And, you know, relive the satisfaction that comes with it. So, without further ado, that is one more movie tie-in complete under our belt. After a bit of a break from streaming, mostly because life got in the way, more so than me wanting a break. But I'm back. Hopefully I can be a little bit more consistent again, now that things have sort of settled. That said, we are moving into the Christmas / end of year period, so who knows. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep doing my best to stream, because I love hanging out with you guys. And I love having you along for my, for my weird rambling obsessions about movie tie-ins. Because I do genuinely enjoy the topic. So, I don't think there's anything more for me to ramble about, so farewell, ta-ra, and I'll see you in the next one.